Hi guys! We're gonna be stitching these snowflakes today. As I promised, I'll go live today and I'm showing the snowflake with a combination embroidery and beading technique. So what you're gonna use? We're going to use some blue or red fabric which you have. You can choose any fabric you have which is not stretching and which is usable for embroidery. You can just to test it, you can take your needle and some threads and make some stitches on this fabric and try to stretch it on the hoop and to see if it's suitable or not. We gonna need what is my threads? We also gonna need a pattern. The pattern will be ready today in the evening. I didn't finish it yet, but I will finish it, so you will be able to purchase it from my Etsy shop, and once you download it, you can transfer the pattern to the fabric and start stitching. The way you can transfer the pattern to the fabric, you can find in Google or in YouTube. There are many ways. You can choose your favorite one. I use it just a regular white gel pen to transfer it to the fabric. There are also white pencil from DMC for this, but for me to make perfect lines, I use just a regular gel pen. It's more suitable for me. You will also need some white threads. It can be DMC or any other threads you have for embroidery. You also will have some needles. It can be needles from DMC like this one, and you will use the big needle. It's probably number 6, and the last small needle, which is number 9. It is going to be used for beading. You also gonna need some beads. I use this one, the sequins. It has 2 colors. I use the silver one. You can find it probably in your area, and also those beads you can probably find. It's traditional Czech beads. Okay, which stitches we're gonna use? We're gonna go with there are some back stitch a little bit, and there are going to be chain stitch, and also there are going to be some lazy daisy stitches. You will have to use 6 strands of floss for big loops, for big lazy daisies, and 3 strands of floss for this smaller chain stitch and some back stitches. Okay, let's take some, let's have 6 strands of floss. I'm gonna make a knot. And I'm going to make some lazy daisies. I usually do it and keep the embroidery by hands, but this time I use a stand for you guys to be able to see what I'm doing. So you make a loop and you fix it outside. And this is lazy daisy stitch. It's pretty much simple. If you guys have some questions, ask me. I will probably be able to answer your questions. I will save this video for later, so you will be able to watch it when you're going to be stitching and learn some new stitches. If you don't like how your lazy daisy looks like, you can fix it by your needle and lay it down the way you want it. You will also have some instructions in your pattern as well. Okay, now I do some back stitches. It's pretty much simple, as you can see. And again, I'm gonna make those big loops using lazy daisy stitch. And then I'm gonna switch to 3 strands of floss to finish on all the rest. So all the stitches are pretty much simple and they are suitable for beginner. So if you didn't try embroidery yet and you wanted to try, you can use my patterns and kits to get started, because most of them they are made for beginners. And most of them they use different kind of stitches, so you can learn new stitches from different patterns. So that's it. I finished it for this part. Let's finish this thread and switch to another needle and another thread. So you can finish your thread from the back side. You just make a little stitch, then make a loop. You go through this loop and there are going to be a little knot. That's it. You can cut your thread. So I'm done with 6 strands, and I don't need a big needle with a big hole anyway, so I can just take another one. As you see, this needle still has a big loop enough for 3 strands, and it's small enough to use beads. So I will take 3 strands of floss. I need to separate them. They usually go with 6 strands, as you can see. So in case if you need 1, 2, 3 strands, you need to separate it this way. So we have 3 strands. We can put it together. And make sure they lay down parallel. You can use some tools for threading the needle, but I don't need it. Okay, let's make a knot. Again, here I will do some lazy daisies. The small one to finish this part. And then I go here and make 2 lazy daisies here. And I'm gonna go with a chain stitch. The chain stitch is similar to lazy daisies, but it's a loop, like a loop after loop. So you make a lazy daisy, and then you continue making lazy daisies. So it's going to be a chain stitch now. It's one of my favorite stitches, by the way.
Okay, we'll fix it later.
And we are done, and we are finishing and fixing this loop like for lazy daisies outside the loop. And also we need to make few stitches here. And on the other side. That's it. we are done with chain stitches and all the back stitches, so we can switch to the beading. And first, and for beading, I use the same white threads. I just use one strand of it. So first, I'm gonna add some beads here in the middle. To finish this part completely. And then I add some beads for big lazy daisies, just like this. So you can, during stitching, you can just fix the position of the beads. And I'm gonna add some beads here. You can do some French knots and not, if you don't like some beading, and if you don't have beads, you can make French knots instead of it, if you like it. And here I'm gonna use this in 3 places. So I go through, I take one bead and I go back to the same hole. So as you can see, it's pretty much simple, and you can make this snowflake, I don't know, probably during one day. And it's simple and quick. You know, yesterday I was writing an article about using variated threads for embroidery, and my computer decided to restart, and everything was lost because I was writing it on Patron, and there is no auto saving during this process, so it is disappointing, but I will write this article today from the scratch because I have a lot of thoughts about variated threads and hand embroidery. I was using it in different ways, and I have a great examples of where and how they can be used. If you don't know what is Patron is, it's a platform where I share my skills and write articles. I make video tutorials there, and you can join and just simply support me. And we also stitch a new pattern each month. So this month it's embroidered clocks. You probably saw it in my previous posts. So I'm working on the video tutorials for embroidered clocks. I have all videos recorded, but I need to make a voiceover. So this is what I'm working on right now. And I also have 2 other patterns, Christmas patterns. There is Santa Claus and Christmas truck. You can download it from my Etsy shop. Right now they are available as a pattern and a kit. Yeah, the kit is a limited offer. I will sell it just till the end of November, because I'm afraid if later somebody will buy a kit and it's international shipping, and it can take about 2 weeks sometimes, so there will be no time for stitching, and so I will finish selling this kit in the end of November. So if you want to buy it during this week and during the next week. So I'm almost done here. As you can see, we did it, and it is actually fast project. The last bead. Yay! We did it. So the whole snowflake consists from the same sections like this, like just we did right now, and the pattern for this will be available today, a little bit later, in approximately in 3 hours. I will post the link in my stories, and I will make a post in my feed. I'm using a beading needle and needle from Arizona. I use just usual needles from DMC. I saw that the last one, number 9, it is suitable for beading, so it's just use those. And for other stitches, like when I use 6 strands of floss, I use the needle in the middle. It's number 6. Let's see how many questions there. I wasn't able to check the question during I was teaching. Hello, Lloyd. Okay, thank you. So no questions? Just what kind of needle? And that's it. Okay, so we are done for today. I think so. Let me check all the messages. Hello, how are you? I'm fine, thank you. It is cold today. Not the best. Yes, I'm the best of the best of the best. Okay. Let me check all the messages. All the latest one. Okay. So we did it. This is how we do it. This is all for today. I'm wishing you I'm finishing this video and I'm gonna save it, and you will be able to watch it later in my IGTV as well, so you can watch it many times during your stitching. And thank you for attention, thank you for joining, thank you for having me today. And yeah, bye guys, see you later.